Preksha. Hi Preksha, thank you so much for joining. From Delhi Public School, we have Neeraj. Hi Neeraj. So your video is stopped. Neeraj, is my video still stopped? I hope you can see me now. Then we have Vihan here. He's in class 4. Hi Vihan, thank you so much for joining. We have Manoj here. Uh, Daksh Kaushik from KM Public School Bhiwani. Thank you so much for joining, Daksh. We have Akshat here. Fantastic. Well, thank you all for joining. I think we can start now. So, for those of you who weren't here for the first few minutes, I'll welcome again. This is the master class for the Innovator of the Month contest for the month of September and October. My name is Nitish Chopra. I am a product manager at Avishkaar. A lot of you might already know me. I often conduct the master classes for the IOTM contest. But for those of you who don't, I help in making some of these amazing kits that Avishkar launches every now and then. And that's what I do at Avishkar. A little known fact about me is that when I was 10 years old, when I was a kid, just like you, I used to learn coding and robotics from Avishkar. So I have been an Avishkar student for the longest time. And now I'm back at the company trying to help make some of these kits that you guys love. And so that's a little bit about me. Now let's start the session today. So most of you already know what IOTM is, but for those of you who are new to the Avishkar ecosystem, who are participating in IOTM for the first time, IOTM actually stands for Innovator of the Month. It is a monthly contest. It's organized once every 2 months. And it is organized to cultivate innovation and creativity in the very large Avishkar community of 200,000 innovators across the world. So the idea behind this contest is that all of you have different kinds of skills, and all of you have different kinds of kits, and all of you love to make and create and express in different ways. The idea behind this competition is to bring all of you on a common platform, give you a common problem for you to work on, so you can all create your own solutions in your creative and unique ways. So much like with any other contest, there are some really amazing prizes associated to the Innovator of the Month competition. So each time there will be one grand prize. I understand my audio might be fluctuating a little bit. If it's causing too much trouble, do drop in the comment section below. I'll try and speak a little slowly, so my voice is clear to everyone. Um, all right, then we'll continue. So, like I said, the competition is going to have one grand winner, and they'll be getting some amazing prizes. So, one of the prizes for the grand winner is a 3D printing pen. I'm sure some of you are tech enthusiasts, so you might already know what this product is. It is a pen with a plastic filament that you can actually use to do 3D printing in real time and create your creations and give them 3D form and give them structure. So you'll be getting this exciting 3D printing pen. The grand winner will also get enrollment to a live online coding course that will go on for 2 months. This coding course would be of rupees 6,000. They'll also get an Amazon voucher worth rupees 500. And finally, they'll get an Avishkaar scholarship worth rupees 1,000 that they can use to buy any of the Avishkar kits and courses on the Avishkar website. So these are some of the amazing prizes for the grand winner. Then apart from the grand winner, because we each time we get these huge number of entries from all of you, and it's so hard for us to find one grand winner. So we created this concept of special mentions. So apart from the one grand winner, there will be five special mentions who will also get an Avishkar scholarship of rupees 500 to help them in their innovation journey. So now that what the prizes are for this competition, and I'm sure you all are really excited to understand what the theme is and how to go about finding the idea, finding your solution. So let me explain you a little bit about sustainable automation. So first, let me ask you, what is sustainability? Do any of you in the audience know what sustainability is? If you do, go ahead and type out your answers in the chat box, and let me see if any of you understand what sustainability is. Okay, I'm waiting for responses. All right, I'm still waiting for your responses. Come on, guys, do you know what sustainability is? So Zara Ghani says sustainability means meeting our own needs without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. Okay, that's a great answer, Zara. Yes, yes. Sabir Dubey says the ability to be maintained at a certain rate or level. Yes, that's right, Samir. Great answer. Let's see what else. What else? Do we have any other answers? Akamjit Singh says it is a way so that things can be used in the future. That is right, Akamjit. You're right in a lot of ways. That is what sustainability is. Let's see what else. What else? Great. Then Nanak Nayak says to use the environment in such a way that we can fulfill our aspirations and be sufficient for future generations to develop. Great. So all of you, I understand all of you are really smart here, and all of you already understand what sustainability is. Um, but just for the rest of you who still have some confusion, sustainability is to avoid the depletion of natural resources in order to. So what this really means? So, as all of you understand, there are some finite resources on our planet. Things like fossil fuels and all of our fossil fuels and the use of minerals. There are a lot of natural resources on this planet, and sometimes in the with the intent of development and civilization, we tend to overutilize these resources. But if we overutilize them to the point of non-return. So these resources take millions and millions of years to develop and to form. And if we and the rate at which we are consuming them, they'll all end in a matter of a few decades. And if that happens, we'll all be left stranded with no resources, no energy, no technology to help us live by. So that is what sustainability is about. It talks about using all of these natural finite resources that we have on this planet in a judicious way so that we have enough left for the future generations. That is what sustainability is. But that is only one half of the theme of this Innovator of the Month competition for September and October. The other half is automation. So the theme is sustainable automation. But before we understand what sustainable and automation means together, let's understand what automation means by itself. So let me again ask to all of you in the audience if you know what automation is, and you can go ahead and type out your responses in the live chat option. Okay, I'm still waiting for your responses in the live chat option. Innovators, tell me, do you know what automation is? Let's see. Still waiting for your responses. Okay, so let's see what you're saying about automation. Everyone need to use. Okay, Samir Dubey again says automation describes a wide range of technologies that reduce human intervention in processes. Samir, all of your answers are bang on, right? Are you googling them as I asked them? Deepika Bajaj says auto move. Okay, that's correct. Preksha says automation is a term for technology application where human input is minimized. That is correct, Preksha. That's right. On the 30th of October 2021. So, what can be used to make the project for the submission? So, we are fairly open-ended in with respect to what you can use to make your project for the competition. You can either use any of the Avishkaar kits that you have. You can use a tweak a robot if you have it. You can use any of your ERC's robotic kits if you have that. You can use a maker board. You can use the IoT starter kit. You can use the coder starter kit. So any of the Avishkaar kits, if you have them, you can use them to make your project for the competition. If you don't have an Avishkaar kit, that's fine. You can still participate in the competition and claim the prize of the grand winner. What you can do in this is use any of these open source platforms. And these are platforms like code.org, MIT App Inventor, Scratch, even an Arduino if you have that. So you can use any of these open source non-for-profit platforms and you can make your projects and submit them for the competition. And finally, even if you don't have any solid technical skills, you don't know how to code or how to make circuits and any of these other technical skills, but you have all of these, you have a great a knack for craft and using DIY material to make nice projects. So you can even do that. You can pick up some DIY material around you. You can make your project using that. And you can submit them for this competition. Now, to further understand this theme better, I'll do a quiz, and I'll show you some ideas, and you tell me if they fall under the category of sustainable automation or not. And that is how we'll go about understanding what would be the right kind of project ideas for this competition. So this is your first. This is the first idea for this quiz, and the idea is a solar-powered water alarm. So this is a solution which works on solar power. It runs on solar energy, and what it does is every time the water level exceeds a certain threshold in a water container, it raises an alarm. So, do you think this idea falls under the category of sustainable automation or not? And I'll be waiting for your responses in the chat box. Chat box. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Guys, what do you think? Is this all right? So, expired gaming says yes. Okay, let's see. Mail to Ahmed Gold says yes, it is. Unique Creation says yes, sir. A lot of people are saying yes. Okay, let's see what the answer is. So yes, the answer is yes. This idea is applicable for this kind of sustainable automation, and I'll explain you why. So one, it is sustainable because it is not running on electricity; it is running on solar power. So it's helping save energy, and it's a green solution in that respect. Second, it is also helping with automation because it is raising an alarm and cutting down the water flow into the tanker once it crosses a certain threshold. So it's also minimizing the human effort in this process and saving the energy, saving water two ways. So it's definitely yes, and you can make ideas like these for this competition. This is a sustainable automation idea. Let's look at the next one. Right. So the next idea is industrial automation. So these are the big machines that are used in conveyor belts inside big factories to make different kinds of products. So do you think this is a sustainable automation solution? I will wait for your responses in the chat box. Let's see. Let's see. And before you type a yes or no, let's also type the name of the innovation you are saying a yes or no for. So you can say either you can go ahead and type in the chat box and say industrial automation yes, or you can say industrial automation no. All right. So a lot of you are saying no. Akshat Jain is saying no. We code now is saying no. Advait Srivastav saying yes. Some few folks are also saying yes. Manoj Kumar is saying yes. All right. All right. So I see a mixed response from you all for this one. Now let me go ahead and reveal the answer. So the answer is no. Well, no, because although this is a solution that is, yes, it is helping with, minimize the human input in the industrial process. But it is not a sustainable solution because it requires a lot of electricity and energy to run these machines. So it's not a sustainable solution, even though it is an automation solution. It's not a sustainable solution. So these are the kind of ideas you should probably avoid for this competition. Uh, is what I would recommend. Now let's go ahead and look at the next solution. All right. So the next idea is a drip irrigation system. So this is a solution which draws water from a pump and and drop by drop it constantly throughout the day it waters a series of farm or a series of plants uh, to make sure they grow properly. So do you think this solution is a sustainable automation solution? Yes or no? Go ahead and type it in the chat box. Drip irrigation system, yes, if you think this is a valid solution for sustainable automation. Or you can go ahead and type out drip irrigation system, no, if you think this is not a valid idea for sustainable automation. All right, guys, before typing in yes or no, do type the name of the idea so I know what exactly your response is for. So either say drip irrigation system dash yes or say drip irrigation system dash no. All right, I'm getting a lot of responses that say yes. Well, that is the correct answer. Yes, it is a good idea for this team. With this solution, you're saving the amount of water that is needed to plant to irrigate different kinds of plants and to help them grow and nurture them. So yes, it is a green idea. It is a sustainable idea, and at the same time, because it is working, it is an electric solution that is working on its own. It does not require any human input. So it is also an automation solution, and it meets both our criteria for the innovator of the month contest. So that's a good one, guys, and you can try that for your submission. Let's move on to the next idea. So the next idea is a river cleaning boat, and this is a solution which helps take out trash from the rivers. Um, it is a machine. It works by its own, and it takes out different kinds of trash from a river. So, do you think this is a sustainable automation solution? Yes or no? Go ahead and type up your responses in chat box. You can say river cleaning robot, yes, or river cleaning robot, no. All right, I'm waiting for your answers. Okay, so a lot of you are saying yes. Chipu Kumari says yes. Pink Shadow says yes. Uh, Neelmani Sharma says yes. Lego Tash, the same thing. Uh, Fantastic. Again, guys, that is the right answer. Yes, this is also a sustainable automation solution because it's doing two things. One, it is cleaning our rivers and help us, save our rivers and use them for different purposes by removing trash from them. So it is a green solution. It is a sustainable solution, and at the same time, because it is doing it automatically, does not require any human to do it manually. So it's also an automation solution, and it meets both the criteria for the competition. Let's move on and look at the next idea. So the next idea is a Segway bike that you all might have seen in shopping complexes around you or just generally. This is a new kind of transportation that has come up in the last few years, which humans can use to move around uh, uh, for short distances. So, do you think this is a sustainable automation solution? Yes or no? You can go ahead and type your responses in the chat box. You can say Segway yes, or you can say Segway no. Let's see. I'll wait for your responses. Okay, so what of you say? Okay, these are for the river cleaning robots. Still waiting for your responses. Come on, guys, Segway. Do you think it is the sustainable automation solution? Yes or no? All right. So a lot of you are saying yes for Segway. Akamjeet Singh says yes for Segway. Pink Shadow says yes. Third says yes. Kunal Garg says yes. Super Tinker 3D says no for Segway. Akshat Jain says yes for Segway again. All right. All right. Okay. There are a lot of responses for it. So a lot of you, I see a lot of you, most of you say yes. Let's see what the answer is. Well, the answer is no. I would not consider a Segway as a sustainable automation solution because although it is helping humans move around and it is helping them, reduce their inputs and it is making their lives easy in a lot of ways. So you can say that it is an automation solution, but it is definitely not a sustainable solution because one can only use it for travel over a short distance. And if they are a healthy person, they might just as well travel and walk over that distance or use a bicycle instead of using a Segway. So it's not a particularly green solution. It's not a sustainable solution. So I would say this give no to this idea, and I would not recommend using an idea like this for the company. And one final idea for this quiz is this. So this is a rain sensing window cleaner. So what this robot does is every time it rains outside and your windows become wet because of the raindrops, it senses the water droplet on the window and it it goes about wiping off that water, and in the process that takes off the dust from your windows as well. So do you think this idea falls under the category of sustainable automation? Yes or no? And I'll wait for a response in the chat bot. You can say window cleaner yes, or you can say window cleaner no. Let's see, guys. I'm waiting for your responses. All right, I'm seeing a lot of yeses. Great, great, great. A lot of you are saying yes. Well, that's the answer. That is the correct response. Yes, it is a sustainable automation solution. Sustainable because it is helping you reduce the use of water. Traditionally, you would have to sprinkle water on your windows to clean them. Here, what is happening is the robot is actually intelligently detecting that the window is already wet because of rain, because raindrops and rain, and it just has to go around and wipe the window off, and it be able to clean it. And because it is also reducing the input, the human manual effort in this process, it's also an automation solution. So yes, thumbs up to this solution. It is a sustainable automation idea. So that brings us to the end of this quiz. Now I'd like to talk a little bit about the judgment criteria for this competition. So there are four important judgment criteria to this contest. The first is your understanding of the theme and the originality of your idea. So once you submit your idea for the competition, we'd like to see how unique your idea is, how new your idea is. If you're simply submitting something that already exists out there, then you won't get as many points as someone who would have thought of a completely new idea for sustainable automation. So the novelty, the newness, the uniqueness of the idea is really important here. And I would spend a lot of time thinking about the idea itself. The second important judgment criteria is your technical knowledge. So how good, how you are able to show your coding skills or robotic skills or electronic skills or the craft skills. How, what is your level of expertise in your different areas, in your respective area of, in your own technical skill that you exhibit. What is your level of expertise in it, and how well it is coming across through your project. So 10 points is for your handle, your expertise on your technical skill. 10 points are for the final finish of the project. So sometimes you might have a really good idea. You would have spent a lot of time, building it and coding it. But if the final model doesn't look very nice, it doesn't look visually appealing, then you won't get as many points. So the final look and feel, the aesthetic and how it looks is really important, and that carries 10 points. And the fourth and last judgment criteria is is the presentation and communication skills that are coming across in your project video when you're compiling the project and you're explaining your project. So your presentation and communication skills in the video are really important, and they will carry 10 points. That brings the next question that I'm sure you all would be asking now. So what must the video include? So in your video, when you're submitting your project as a video form, you must introduce yourself. You must tell us your name, your age, your school, why exactly you like to innovate. Then you should talk about the problem you're trying to solve or your idea. So you can talk about that, I'm trying to solve the problem of wastage of water in this process, or I'm trying to solve the problem of wastage of oil in this process. You should talk about the problem you're trying to solve, and exactly how your solution is going to solve that problem. Then you should show us the working of your project in detail. You should show us exactly how your project works, what is the mechanism in it, and how what are the different parts, and you should show us that in detail. And finally, like I said, there are bonus points for giving a good finish to your look. And if you add any additional customizations, that gives you bonus points as well. So these are the things you should keep in mind while making the video for your project submission for this competition. And these are some basic guidelines that your video should meet. If it does not meet these guidelines, then your video can be disqualified. The video must be between 2 to 10 minutes in length. It should not be shorter than 2 minutes. It should not be longer than 10 minutes. You should be talking in English in the video, and if that's not possible, then you should add English subtitles in the video at the very least. And finally, the video should be in landscape mode and in HD resolution. So make sure that you're taking high quality videos of your project. You're taking high quality videos of yourself, and you record this outside, outdoors, where there's proper sunlight, and you're able to hear your voice properly. That's it. And this is the link to submit your entry. I'll copy this link in the chat box, the line, so you can copy it and submit your entry for the competition. And don't worry, this entire presentation that I showed today will be all of you who registered for the workshop and gave us your email ID. We'll be sending across this presentation. And if you have any other calls, if you have any other questions, you can also feel free to reach out to me directly, or you can write us an email on support@avishkaar.cc. My personal email ID and the support email ID are visible on the screen. You can make a note of it. And now I will open the floor to any questions. So if you have any questions, any miscellaneous questions, you can go ahead and type them in the chat box. I'll be more than happy to answer them. All right. Any questions? If you don't have any questions, you can also feel free to drop off. We are at the end of our session. Thank you so much for joining. So I have a few questions here. Issue Rajpal says, sir, I have no sensors and I can't buy them. Issue, it's completely fine. Even if you don't have any sensors, you can still make a solution. Even using DIY craft, you can make a solution without sensors. It's not mandatory to use sensors in your projects. Then Preksha's asked, we have to make one or both automation and sustainable. Preksha, you have to make only one project, or you can make multiple projects as well. But the The guideline is that each of these projects should be both sustainable and they should also automate some task in one or the other way. So they have to meet both these criteria. They have to be sustainable and they have to automate some tasks as well. But you can make multiple projects along these lines as long as all of them meet both these criteria. All right. Then another question is we have to make the video while creating also, because how we make it of 10 minutes. So no, Preksha, you don't have to show us the making of the project in the video. You just have to show the final project in your video. And you have to spend time in that video explaining what the project is, what is the problem you're trying to solve, what were the different challenges you faced while making the project, how is your project going to solve the given problem. These are the things you have to explain, and you have to show us the mechanism of the project, but you don't have to show us the making of this project. All right, so need uh, a lot of you need the link to the form. Don't worry, the link will be sent in the live chat box by someone. And we'll also be sending an email after this call, which will have the link to submit your projects. Then there's a question about the last day of submission. The last day of submission is the 21st of October 2021.